Roxy and Rock Kennels gang. We back here again with another video. Just an update on how Rock's progression has been. Like I told you, I always show you ins and outs. I'm not one of those strenuous trainers when it comes to training my dog, only because with you guys here, I always try to make sure that I am showing you guys all types of behaviors with dogs. Rock is one of the most focused of the dogs, and he does pretty good. As y'all know, the monster, the beast, he's amazing. So we're just gonna show y'all the update of where he's at. You know, he had to get some refocusing from the last videos that y'all have probably seen Rock in. A few updates on him is the boy has he has became a father already of the litter over here at Roxy and Rock Kennels, and he's expecting another litter on the way from one of our other girls that we have here at Roxy and Rock Kennels, which y'all will get a chance to see, and we will introduce her to you guys. So I'm gonna just go over a few things with you guys with Rock. Give me a second. I'm gonna let him into the section. So y'all see Rock, boy is doing good. Still rocking this gold chain, but this is just some things that I do with the dogs. So one of the things is I use my snap. My snap is really to regain their attention. Also too, it helps them to stay around me. So this is my snap, is to let them know, like, stay close. Don't go too far away, stay close. So if I snap, he's gonna always stay around me, right? So we got the whole yard over there. The gate to this side of the yard is still open. So we just gonna do some training with them. So Rock. Good boy. See how his focus is straight up at me? He's looking. So mind you, the hand signals is what I use. So you see with him, I don't have to say it. He already know what to do. I don't have to say it. This is the benefits of training them early. These things lock in, being consistent, focusing, you know. These things you don't have to train. I mean, you don't have to continue to say. Like I told you, I love doing my dogs on visual hand signals. I call it my personal sign language with my dog. Going full blown on getting the training program started up to actually start physically training other people's dogs. We had did a few trainings with a few different customers here and there, and now we're going full blown, full fledged with it. So you can still give the commands and they still know without the hand signal. Up. Also too, Rock, come through. Good boy. Walk. Turn. Turn. Down. So you see, is there up, walk, go the other way, and he's Rock. Turn. Stay. So you see, you can do the training. We've been working in and out with them. Like I said, this is not even from strenuous training, where it's like all day, every day, full fledged, going hard, going crazy. I do a lot of my strenuous training when they're young. That's when it's every day, all day, making it work. That's when I do it when they're young. When they start to grow up, they have these basic commands down. Everything else is just an add-on to it. So once they get sit, stay, down, pack, everything else is just an add-on. So once you show them one time, then they got it. It's locked. Sometimes you may have to do go a little bit harder with it. And see, this is where comfortability lies. This is where comfortability falls into place, because it gets it to where even when you give the command that they think that I can still get up, move around, walk around, and it's no. So y'all just saw how Rock did it. This is what I do. I told you I'm showing ins and outs. Don't mean that every time it's going to be perfect. You know, he does real good. Y'all just saw him do real good, but then that stay command, he got up, thought he could do whatever he wanted to do. It's automatically redirected. You see, I don't keep on talking over it, ignore it. I go right to redirecting them. And so then what I do is I also test his ability to understand my body language, what I'm doing, what I'm talking about, what I'm feeling. So as you see, I guide him with my finger. He goes behind me, and then I snap my finger, and then he automatically just went down. Because also too, I'm snapping my fingers while still pointing my finger. So automatically he thinking down command as I'm snapping it, right? And so that is always what you want to pay attention to when you're training. You don't want to confuse your dog, right? So if I wanted him to come here on the side of me, I would have tapped my side, and he would have came right to the side. You see that? That's how it works, right? Now, if I wanted him just to be back there, see I point, snap, with the point still there, and that's exactly where he goes. No verbal, no, he don't even have to make eye contact. He's reading my body language. He's reading my energy. So even that, he's, all right, I saw where I needed to go. I'm going there. So a lot of times people say, man, oh, your dog needs let me get on this side so you can see his face. A lot of eye contact, a lot of verbal commands. In the beginning, yes, they do. As puppies, they definitely do. Don't get me wrong. I give a lot of verbal commands, repeated verbal commands, so that it sink in. So then at a year, you end up with a dog like this, and you don't have to give verbal commands. Everything could just be off body language, energy, your vibe, because a dog will automatically read you anyways. So let him read the positive things, what he needs to be doing, where he needs to be going, and let him fall into place, right? So good boy. Good boy. So you always want to make sure that anything that you're doing with training your dog is always going to be multiple ways you're training them. And it's not hard to do because you're sitting there. It shouldn't just be sit, stay, always be interactive. Do different things. You'll realize that your dog will start paying attention to hand commands and everything long before that, because if his eyes is not focused up here, he's watching you. In any altercation, when you're having a protection dog, a service animal, they're also watching the body language of their owners, right? They're watching that. They're looking at how you step when you have a CNI dog. They're not just there to just guide you, but they're also there to stop you from going places. So if they're not watching your body language, guess what? They gotta cut in front of you. They gotta stop you somehow. So they gotta watch your body language. It's not always about eye contact. Because at the end of the day, how can they do their job if they're not watching your body language? If you can't see them eye to eye, if you can't focus on them, how are they supposed to just always focus on that? So like I told you, my dogs are prepared to do any job, service, protection. They're obedient, they're disciplined. All these trainers they have, and they are prepared to and be willing to do it. So like if at any case, in any scenario, if any of my kids, me, the old lady, we go blind or we lose hearing or anything, we need a service animal to be there, these dogs are prepared to do it. My dogs are prepared to do it because he don't have to make eye contact to know what I'm doing. If I know that he's in my midst, in my presence, I can make a hand movement, gesture, and he's good to go. If I lose my speaking, I don't have to be in control just because of my voice. He's watching my body language. If I get too riled up, then automatically, if it's not a good riled up, if it's not a positive riled up, if I'm angry or that, automatically his job and what he's going to do is going to be to cut me off and try to calm me down and refocus. Especially my girl Roxy, who's very good with her protection training. She's automatically, her first adjustment is to adjust me first, especially when she see that there's not a vital threat, the threat is not worth the time. Her first, recalibrate. Now, if I persist to say, hey, boom, Roxy, do this, do that, da-da-da, she's going to do it. Same with him. But they're always, their first ability is to check with me. Hey, you good? Hold on, maybe you need to calm down. So they'll always cut me off. Rather, if it's cut me off and stand in front of me and look up at me like, make eye contact, all right, you ain't calming down, let's go and let me do it. Or to just stand in front of me. Even when I walk all of my above 10 months dogs, they're all walking with me in protection. So all four of them. So you have Rock in the front, you have Roxy and Raya on the side, Reese be in the back, even all on the leash. This is just how they walk around me. If I cut one of them off, they make sure that they all readjust until somebody is on all sides of me. Even when it comes with the kids, when we walk into the park, they gotta be protecting somebody at all times because that's their job. They go into full-blown work the moment we leave this yard, the moment we leave the house, they're in full-blown work mode. So they already know what they need to do. So at the end of the day, when we get here at the house, this is the hardest part. This is why I love training them here at home. And this is why I tell all my customers coming up, listen, we do it, I want to train them at home because this is where the first behavior, once you break it here, then guess what? It's really broken everywhere else. Because if they can be in a comfortable environment and follow directions and listen and focus, then at the end of the day, then they're good to go. They don't have to worry about nothing. They focus, they drive, anywhere you go, they there. You know, if you're doing protection combat training, right? And you got your pistol here and you ready to go, walk, walk, turn, walk, yes, turn. So you can do anything with them if you can do it at home. The moment home do not just become, oh, it's all play, I want to run, I want to jump, like crazy, then that's when you know you have conquered the ability that your dog needs to be obedient, disciplined, trained. You know, it's because at home we all comfortable. I don't act the same way at home that I act at work. But if I know how to act at home, then I know how to act. It's like that saying our parents used to tell us. You learn how to act at home first, so then you know how to act when you go out in public. So, with that being said, man, these bugs are coming out like crazy out here. So that's what he's shaking for. I'm slapping for. They out here now. We ain't got a lot of rain. And so, at the end of the day, you start realizing that they even will start showing you, like what Rock just did. He ready to work. He's ready to train. You see how he's on me? His eyes is up here. He's focused because he like, look, let's work. He's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? He's looking for it. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. His eyes is up at me the whole nine. And then one of the things that I do is I have his head close in. For the simple fact is when I turn, he feels it. It's also like when you're dancing. You know, when you're dancing with a partner and you're doing a tango, your legs are what's telling your partner where you're going. If you step forward, if you step back, if you're about to turn, your leg is boom, boom. This is where we're going, this is where we're moving forward, backward, side to side, turn. So it's the same way with the dog when it comes to when you're doing a lead. When you leading your dog, it's always going to be about your leg. It's not that you're squeezing your dog, it's just that their leg. So if you see his head, it looks like as if it's almost being pinched. But his head not being pinched. I'm not forcing him to move. He's moving on his own. If he wanted to get through, he can get through. My legs are not locked to keep him there. My legs is just close enough so that he feel where I'm about to go. So, at the end of the day, sit. Hey, come, sit. So, even that, see, it's little stuff like that where they test you. I told him to sit right here. He decided to walk over there. He wanted to sit up against the wall. That's not what I told you to do. I told you to sit here. That's a big no-no when it comes to training the dogs. For the simple fact is, when you're out in public somewhere and you give them a command, they can't walk all the way across the store, all the way across the dog park, all the way across the park to sit down. You tell them to sit, they sit right here. See? And so now he's trying to, he's like, all right, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Turn. Come. Sit. And so then once he gets to that point, that's when I start back the verbals. Because then also too, now you're seeing the tone of my voice. Because now I'm sitting here and my posture is calm, everything's calm, I'm talking to you guys. And so he's like, oh, Daddy, a little distracted. Let me see if I can get away with something. No, and this is why I was saying, that's why I always tell y'all guys, everything that you do throughout the day with your dog, always make it a training point. Whether it's walking the dog, whether it's playing with the dog, always implement training. There's no hard way to play and train at the same time. Honestly, it's the easiest thing you can do. It shows them discipline, it shows them who's in charge, who's the alpha, or the matriarch if you're a woman in control of a dog. Good boy. So you also see the the sound of my voice, it also shows that, hey, it's time to work. So you see when he got up in full force, like, what's up? All right, I'm focused. Here, follow, 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 follow. So then this is just teaching him to follow me, on me, on me, on me, on me, on me. So doing stuff like this, people may say this is as pointless. You're just walking in circles. It's not just you just walking in circles. You teaching your dog to always be looking at you, following you, paying attention to you. When you walking, it's also helped with not having your dog on a leash. They're always going to follow you. I don't care if it's a distraction going on over there. They may look, but they're going to continue to follow you. Follow me, on me, on me. And so then, like today, we was at Walmart today. On me, no leash. Him and Ryan, sit. See? Here. Here. Sit. Here. Here. Sit. Stay. So which means that you guys see it. This is what I want you to see. I don't want to be one of those people who show you a dog who's untrained and then the next clip the dog is 100% trained. I've been telling you guys this for the longest. I'm going to show you guys, even when it comes to training, y'all saw how he started. He started off amazing, doing everything right. But now when we outside, it's hot. He's like, I'm getting tired. He getting unfocused. But am I going to get mad at this? No. It's the same behavior we have when we as humans, we at work. We can start off the day well and then get irritated, mad, tired, and then guess what? Our performance like, come. But we just have to keep redirecting them because at the end of the day, their focus is going to be way stronger than ours. Tiredness, all that stuff, it cannot matter in the time that is needed. But best believe your dog will show up. If they have the training, they will show up. They'll do exactly what you need them to do when you need them to do it. As long as you keep on implementing the training that they need, giving them love, attention. Y'all know my thing. Know your dog. Pay attention to your dog. Understand your dog. Every dog is different. Don't get me wrong. It can be the same breed, but they are different. Your dog may be a pet of all pets, and that dog gets spoiled. And do that mean it can't be trained? No, it do not mean that it cannot be trained. That dog can still be trained. It can still be broken from those habits that it has because the dog is willing and wanting to have you as their lead. They are pack animals. Somebody has to be the leader. If you let them be the leader, then hey, that's just they're gonna take over and they're gonna do whatever they want to do. But that do not mean he can be as spoiled brat as all get out. And that's what y'all will start seeing on the channel a lot too. I'm going to be implementing some of my training programs with customers' dogs who are spoiled and used to just doing whatever they want to do. And they may have already come with the basic commands, sit, stay. Everybody dogs pretty much have the basic commands of sit and stay or down. Even if they don't got stay, they got sit and down. You know, and they good with that. Or paw or rolling over. These are things that people train their dogs when they think that it's amazing. But we're going to start showing you guys how to reincorporate with dogs that's 4 or 5 years old, dogs that's a year, 2 years, 3